everyone, and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium, where tonight the Quincy Presidents play host to the Wolverines of Westwood High School at the Roll Hats weekend here for Quincy High School. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to QATV Sports. My name is Jonathan Caleri, and I'm being joined by Steve Mays up here in the booth. Quincy High School, this is their third game of the season. They are 2-0, having won both those first two games against Archbishop Williams here at the stadium a couple weeks ago, winning that game 21-0. And then last week traveling down to Easton and defeating Oliver Ames by a score of 27-22. It was an exciting game. Quincy had the lead. OA came back to take a 1-point lead, and then Quincy was able to get a touchdown to win the game, again by a score of 27-22. And here they are again facing off against Westwood. Last year they defeated Westwood at Westwood 41-27 to go 3-0 in the season, and they're looking to duplicate that here, Steve, this year again to go 3-0 in back-to-back seasons. It would be a great accomplishment if the Presidents could do that.
Yeah, you know, Coach Carey puts in the work in the off-season with the rest of his staff, and the kids do, and it's starting to pay off. And to get to 3-0 tonight would be a good accomplishment. I was at the Oliver Ames game last week, and you know they played really well. A few mistakes hurt them. The first touchdown they gave up was on a pick six. The defense has been playing well, so hopefully it keeps going now. And it's Roll Hats weekend, so we'll see what happens.
All right, we'll talk about Roll Hats in just one moment, but we'll go down to the field for the coin toss with our officials and the captains from both teams.
Brennan and Ruben, so this is the heads. The touchdown symbol is the heads. Tails is the football. Brendan, what are you going to call?
We're going to call heads.
What'd you hear him say?
Heads.
What'd you hear him say, Mr. Bowman? Heads was the call. Heads it is, you won.
We will receive.
You're going to receive? All right, where are we kicking from? All right, let's turn around and tell everybody what happened. All right. Westwood has won the toss and elected to receive. Quincy will defend the north goal. All right, gentlemen, one more handshake. Let's have an anthem. Let's play some ball. Have fun.
All right, so as you heard there, Westwood called heads, and heads it was, and they elected to get the opening kick and receive it. Quincy will defend the north end zone and kicking towards Westwood defending the south end zone. Interesting call there, Steve. Sometimes you normally say that you want to defer to the second half, but Westwood wants the ball right away.
Yeah, it's even the referee said, "Okay, you want the ball?" Okay. So yeah, it is interesting. Most guys like to come out of the break with the ball, but we'll see. Westwood's trying to put something up right away.
All right, Steve and I both mentioned it's Roll Hats weekend here for Quincy High School, and it's been a kind of a homecoming type of a weekend for the high school, trying to get a lot of enthusiasm between students, alumni, and the community as well. And it started yesterday with the Quincy girls volleyball team, and it was here today at the stadium with the both soccer teams playing, and now the football team. And we'll talk a little bit more after our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming.
Nice job there by 4 students from Quincy High School singing the national anthem. They were here to do the national anthem for both the soccer games as well, so good job by them. Again, I was mentioning about the Roll Hats and trying to just kind of generate some enthusiasm around the school, not just for sports, but for the clubs and just the high school in general. It was kind of the brainchild of Bob Noble, former football coach and basketball coach at Quincy High School. had the idea last year, kind of based off of the Alabama Roll Tide call, and that's where Roll Hats came from. Brought it to athletic director Kevin Mahoney and the administration at Quincy High School, and it's kind of taken off from there. And Steve, again, it's been really nice weekend, generating a lot of enthusiasm for, again, alumni, fans, and the students as well.
Yeah, to have the alumni involved is huge. Anybody who played here, no matter what the sport was, always knew that there was some pride involved in playing for Quincy High, and we just try to bring it back. And Coach Noble is huge with all that stuff, and Roll Tide, Roll Hats. You just try to bring everybody together, and whether it's girls soccer or football tonight, you get the students involved. There was a band that played here earlier by the students. It was great. The student section tonight looks like it's packed, and it'll be rocking tonight. We'll get some enthusiasm, and like you said, we'll go to 3-0 and generate some interest.
All right, we're underway here at the stadium. Mason McDonough will kick it away for the President's fielded by Westwood at their own 19-yard line over the right side. And looked like it was Antonio Marone on the return.
10-yard return for Antonio Marone.
And they're going to spot him down at about the 30-yard line.
First and 10 from their 31-yard line.
All right, Westwood coming out. Quarterback's number 12, Brendan Donegan, looking down the middle of the field for Thomas Fahey. Cannot connect in the first play of the game.
Looks like Quincy brings the house right away. A couple guys back into coverage, but a couple guys blitzing. Looks like they're going to put pressure on Westwood all night and force these guys to make a play.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines.
It was a busy weekend here at the stadium with the two soccer games earlier today, and North Quincy had their home game last night against Malden Catholic, winning that game fairly easily as well. So fun-filled weekend, sports-filled weekend here at the stadium as the Presidents try to wrap it up with a victory here tonight. And handoff there for Westwood was no gain on that last run, so bring up a 3rd and about 10 now for the Wolverines.
See if Quincy High can get off in 3 plays, get a 3 and out. That's always a good thing. If you're when you're kicking off to somebody, you go 3 and out. That's always a good start.
All right, Donegan in the shotgun again, 3rd and long now for the Wolverines. Looking downfield, has a man open, and it's complete to Antonio Marone, and he's going to go all the way down for the touchdown. And the Wolverines strike. Marone got behind the defensive backfield and was able to punch it in on a big score there for the Wolverines.
Yeah, if you're going to bring everybody on the line and you're going to blitz a couple guys and you're going to leave everybody in man-to-man coverage, it's me versus you and my guy versus their guy, and they won there.
We'll take a look at the replay here, and you'll be able to see Marone was able to get behind and, again, just go right downfield. Nice pass by Donegan.
That was a great ball by the quarterback. He put it right on his hands. He couldn't have thrown that ball any better.
Number 13, Thomas Warren attempting the 1-point conversion.
All right, kick is up, and it is good. Thomas Warren with the extra point, and Westwood comes out quickly, and they strike first. They lead 7-0, 10:51 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Quincy offense will come out and see if they can strike back quickly as well.
Yeah, when you take that coin toss, we were just talking about it, that they wanted to come out and score right away, and that's what they did. See what kind of answer Quincy has.
Stephen Gallant back deep for Quincy along with J.C. Ham. Oliver again, and number 53 will kick it away for Westwood.
Kicking off for the Wolverines, number 53, Oliver Gannon.
All right, Gallant's going to take it at his 20-yard line and has some space up the middle of the field. Nice job there by Stephen Gallant. Only one man to beat at the 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Presidents coming right back, and they strike quickly. Just as we were talking about, they do it. And Quincy comes right back there. A great run there by Stephen Gallant. Had some space up the middle of the field, as you see in the replay, and he just exploded through that, and no one could get him.
Man, Stephen Gallant got that ball on the bounce, fielded it, made a couple guys miss, and then just turned it on, as you can see here in the playoffs. I mean, in the replay, right there, he got some open space, and he just turned it on. He had to outrun number 14 to the end zone, and he did it.
Milton will attempt a one-point conversion.
And there's the answer that we're talking about.
All right, extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So Helena Middleton with the extra point, and the Presidents answer quickly. And we are tied 7-7. Well, excitement right away here at the stadium to begin the game with the long touchdown pass. It was a 70-yard touchdown pass, and then the 80-yard touchdown return by the Presidents and Stephen Gallant. And 14 points on the board quickly here to begin this game. And Mason McDonough will get ready to kick it away again for the second time here tonight in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Stephen Gallant, the senior captain. He's started for a couple years now for Quincy High, and a leader all around.
High kick there by McDonough. Fielded at the 18-yard line by Westwood. Turner found a little bit of space, but Quincy quickly closed that hole. And it's going to be about a 12-yard return up to the 30-yard line for Westwood.
Line of scrimmage will be the 31st and 10 Wolverine.
Jack McDaniels on return there in the last play for Westwood. Again, quarterback Brendan Donegan passes out in the flat, and it's complete. Number 23 with the ball, Joseph Toddy, and he's going to make a move or two and get up to the 40-yard line, and that'll be enough for the first down.
So we could have a high-scoring game here tonight. This kid's thrown 3 out of 4 downs. Quincy High ran the kickback. We can put some points on the board tonight.
I mean, nice to have an exciting game here at the stadium. 2 weeks ago, when both Quincy and North Quincy were at the stadium, there were 2 shutouts, and in the last couple of quarters, it wasn't very exciting. And so, good to have an exciting football game with a blue and white victory at the end of the night. Toddy on the carry to the right side this time, and let's see, they're going to say he gets up to about the 45 for a 5-yard gain.
Eric Romano on the tackle. That's a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6, Wolverines.
Toddy, a junior running back for the Wolverines in the last 2 plays. Second down and 5. Make it 6. Donegan being pressured out, rolling out to the right side. Flag thrown on the play. And Donegan gets all the way up down the right side of the field, and finally will get pushed out of bounds, but I believe this is going to be coming back. We'll see what the call is.
Looks like a spot where you have a holding call.
Brendan Donegan all the way to the 27-yard line of the Presidents. And there's a penalty marker
All right.
And they're going to march the ball back to the 32-yard line.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, second down. All right, we're going to go on.
Personal foul against the Wolverines. 15-yard spot foul. That'll bring the ball all the way down.
All right, so holding penalty.
Correction, 22-yard line of Westwood.
They're going to march it back to the 22-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a 10-yard holding. Good for us.
Yeah, see, the flag was thrown like around the 40-yard line, so Donegan again being pressured, rolling out to the right side, and he'll get pushed out of bounds there by Eric Lamano, number 22, senior for the Presidents.
So it looked like there that Lamano was spying the quarterback. So looks like Coach Carey brought some blitzing again, brought the people again, but he had a spy this time. So when the quarterback got outside, they had somebody there. Lamano was right there to spy him. I love the aggressiveness by Coach Carey with the blitzing every down and making Westwood make a play instead of just sitting back and letting it happen.
3rd and 26 for the Wolverines.
All right, 3rd and long now for the Wolverines. 3rd and 26. Need to get to the Quincy 49-yard line. Donegan with 3 receivers to his right. Looking downfield again. And it's going to be picked off by the Presidents. Picked off there by number 28, Alex Martinez. Over to the left side, coming back up the middle of the field now. Has mistakes on the right sideline. Blockers in front of him. And he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Touchdown, Presidents on the return. Alex Martinez, what a return there. As he went all the way down, made a couple nice moves, as you'll see in the replay. An outstanding effort by Alex Martinez.
Quincy High has 13 points, and they haven't had an offensive snap yet. I love it.
Picked off there at the 44, and then great job right there. Nice block there by Mr. Who It Was for the Presidents as well. And another nice block there. A couple great blocks. Ruben Charles won the second one there, and then finally gets one there by Corey Shapiro. All-around effort there by the Presidents.
Shapiro was behind the play and busted his butt to get all the way up and make a block for his teammate to spring him for that touchdown. 14 points, no offensive plays.
Alina Middleton is in her second.
Well, Steve, you said hopefully we'll have an exciting game, and it has been so far. A couple of nice plays by the Presidents, 2 returns, and they have a 14-7 lead. Wow.
Listen, Westwood, again, we talked about they like to air it out a little bit. Yeah, they hit a big play. They hit a couple of the big plays. But then every now and then you're gonna get burnt. You're gonna throw a pick, and stuff like that's gonna happen. So they say you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So we get the defense back out there again. Let's see what happens.
The quarterback, Brendan Donegan, he had double coverage on the man that he was looking downfield for, so it might have been a questionable throw there by him, and then he just overthrew him, and Martinez read it great, took a few steps back there playing center field, and then just went up to do the rest by himself and to help some friends as well. So 8:34 to go here in the first, and as you said, 14-7, Quincy on top. All right, McDonough kicks it away for the 3rd time now here in the first quarter. Fielded at the 20-yard line by Antonio Maroon. He's over the right side. He has some space now. He has just McDonough to beat. McDonough trying to do his best. He goes past him. One man to beat still. Stays in bounds. Touchdown, Westwood.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Wow. We'll take a look at the replay here, and we've had some outstanding individual efforts on both teams today, and Antonio Maroon will get the gold star in this play. McDonough did all he could right there, and then coming up there from behind.
Josh Cannon gave it a gallant effort to try to get him in the end. Man, the basketball team doesn't score this fast. Wow.
Thomas Warren will attempt the extra point.
Set to kick the 1-point conversion.
Oh,
And
and
penalty mark.
multiple flags come out on the play.
Looks like Coach Carey was running on the field to try to get a timeout, but the flags came out ahead beforehand.
Substitution infraction on the defense. Half the distance to the goal.
Substitution.
Replay the track.
Presidents.
Well, Westwood looks like they're just going to attempt the extra point still, even with the extra half yard.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing he didn't burn the timeout, right? He only gets a half yard, and they're still going to kick
Retry
it.
the
So.
kick.
All right, up, and it is good.
Warren's kick is good.
So 14-14 with 8:18 left to go here in the first quarter, and it has been an exciting back and forth game as special teams has been on a huge thing here for both teams with 2 kick returns and an interception return and then a long touchdown. So all aspects here for both teams have been in the highlight here so far in the first 4 minutes of the game. We're not even through the first 4 minutes of the game.
Might we see Andrew Novak finally, the quarterback from Quincy High?
I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to get in there and try to get his own numbers up there.
I mean, if you're Westwood, you're probably not going to kick it to Gallant, but JC is just as good. I mean, if JC catches some open ground, he's going the distance.
JC had a nice feature in the Patriot Ledger talking about his outstanding effort with the first game against Archbishop Williams. And credit to JC Ham for giving credit to all the other teammates and his entire team for everything that it is as a team game. But JC Ham, quite an individual talent for the Presidents on both sides of the ball. All right, kick is going to be bounced at the 20, and Gallant fields it at the 20. And he's still breaking some tackles, and finally he's going to get brought down at about the 31-yard line, maybe make it the 32.
They will officially spot the ball at the 32-yard line of Quincy. 1st and 10 Presidents. Your quarterback for the Presidents, number 3, Andrew.
All right, Andrew Novak, quarterback for the Presidents, senior. Presidents come out, 2 receivers on each side. They send a man in motion. Novak looking to pass down the middle field. JC Ham.
Here we go! Here we go!
And the track meet continues here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. JC Ham, we just talked about what an athlete he is. And he goes right down the field, as we'll see in the replay. Wow, what a game so far here at the stadium. And you can see there that JC Ham got behind Antonio Moreau and just goes all the way in. 68-yard touchdown pass.
Little play fake to freeze the linebacker for a second. JC got past him, and again, JC gets some. If he gets some open space, it's tough to catch him.
73-yard pass from number 3 Andrew Novak to number 1.
All right, and they trying to fumble the snap, and it's going to be a pass, and it's intercepted by Westwood.
Yeah, in high school you can't return conversions, so it just stays as is. I'll tell you that could be a big point to come back and hurt.
Especially the way this game's going so far. Wow. We were talking before the game, Steve, that we were hoping for an exciting game. We mentioned it being during the game as well, but I don't think we were going to expect 34 points in the first 5 minutes of the game, 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I mean, both teams hit on a big pass. Both teams returned a touchdown on a kickoff, and the only difference in points here is the pick 6 for the Presidents. So could be the best is yet to come.
Well, it's amazing too because of all the points and the clock stoppage. It seems like we've been playing for almost 25 minutes, and we're only, like I said, 4 minutes into the game. So, but it has been an exciting one here so far. Hope everyone's enjoying it, watching at home. 20-14, Quincy on top with this back and forth track meet of the game.
Mason McDonough set to kick off.
McDonough will get ready to kick it again.
This kid's going to have to ice his leg.
Number 15, Jack McDaniels.
All right, squib kick there, and it stays in bounds, field the 25-yard line. Jack McDaniels.
Oh, boy.
And he's going back the other side now. And it looks like he's going to finally run out of space there. Nice push there. Stephen Gallant comes over to push him out of bounds, but also with the angle would have been McDonough if Gallant hadn't got there. But it's a big return there for Westwood all the way up to the Quincy 33.
Westwood playing with half a field, less than half a field now. And again, still 7:44 left in the first quarter.
They're going to spot the ball at the 33-yard line because it's first and 10 Wolverines.
Might be better just onside kick. See what
I
happens.
know, right? All right, Westwood comes out. The offense was coming up by the 50-yard line. They realized they're going to get an extra 15 yards to work with as they move up.
So as you can see again, Quincy has the linebackers up, everybody's up, so Westwood has no idea who's coming and who's not coming.
Tony gets the handoff.
Good
And
tough run.
he's going to get across the 30 up to the 27, it looks like.
To the 27. That's a pickup of 5, second and 5 for the Wolverines.
We don't have the numbers on Westwood, what the height and weight of all the players are, Steve. But number 23, Joseph Tody, I'm going to guess he's probably about 5'8" and a solid 200 pounds there. And when I say solid, he's definitely, you can see he's all muscle there running that ball.
Yeah, he's running hard too. He's like right here. He's getting those hard yards when he's on the inside. It's not one guy that's taking him down. Look, I mean, there's 4 or 5 guys and he's not going down. Good, tough, strong runner. Gets exactly what he needs. Just trying to push the pile a couple more yards.
And let's see, they're going to spot the ball at the 23, and that's enough for a Westwood first down.
From the President's 23-yard line.
Tody comes out and they bring in number 21, Dante Martucci, who almost looks like a carbon copy of Tody. Enough up the middle to Martucci.
Number 21.
And he's up to the 15.
Good run game here by Westwood. Kind of slowing down the pace, right? They're airing it out, and now they're going to pound it a little bit, slow the game down. We might get out of this first quarter.
Yeah. Second down and 2 now for the Wolverines. Nice job there by Presidents there to get some pressure up the line. Leading the way for the Presidents was number 72, Sam Swan.
Number 72, Sam Swan at the bottom of that pile. That's a loss on the play. 3rd and 4.
Ball goes back to, let's see where they spotted at the 17, 18-yard line. So loss of 3 in the play. This number 72 Swan on your screen right there.
Big boy.
Third and 5 now. Tody back in the ball game, and again it takes another 2 Presidents to bring him down. And Tody should have enough for the first down there as they mark him down about at the 11-yard line to move the chains.
Yeah, so they had him hit behind the line of scrimmage, and again, just like we talked about, he gets those tough yards. He breaks through that first tackle, that first hit, gets a couple extra yards, and now they move the sticks, and they're in business again. And
Westwood comes to the line First and 10 from the 11-yard line. Dunnigan rolling out, calling out a block, trying to get there, and will get pushed out of bounds there. Aiden Lee pushes Dunnigan out at about the 5-yard line.
Daniels knocked out of bounds at about the 5.
Again, a good play fake there by Westwood. You got the defensive end to bite inside a little and get the quarterback on the outside edge. And now he has a run-pass option on a bootleg there. He decided to tuck it and get the yards that he could. It's 2nd and 2, maybe 3.
You can see all the Westwood team was looking over to the sideline where their coaches are calling the play, so everything's being called from the sideline as everyone's looking that way. Tody on the carry up the middle of the field, trying to get his way into the end zone. No sign yet, and touchdown Westwood.
Joseph Tody.
On the second or third effort, Tody was able to punch his way in there, kept his feet moving, and we'll see on the replay there on the effort there by Tody for the touchdown. Look at the tail end of it there, and here we go as the handoff comes to Tody.
So he's hit right there, line of scrimmage. Just pushes forward. Great run.
Extra point up, and it is good.
The kick is good.
So Westwood comes down the field, and they answer again, and the score is now 21-20 as Westwood takes the 1-point lead.
Wolverines 21, Quincy Presidents 20.
See the special teams huddle there for the Presidents as they get ready to come out. Oliver Gannon will get ready to kick it away for the Wolverines.
For 53, Oliver Gannon set to kick off for the Wolverines.
JC Ham number 1, Stephen Glant number 2. Back for the Presidents. We'll see if they get a shot to even touch the ball. And short kick, and Ham's going to take it at his own 23. No, he ran past the ball. He picks it up. 4 Wolverines right there. He gets past a couple of them somehow. And the cavalry comes and will finally bring JC down. And I was going to say down at about the 28-yard line.
All your blocking is set up for timing on a kickoff. And when you miss the ball like that, when you drop the ball like that, it just messes up all the timing. It's very tough on a kick return or even a punt return to hold your block for an extended period of time because guys are coming at you full speed. So, you know, the dropping of that kick is huge.
Timeout, Westwood.
And Westwood calls a timeout at the 3:27 mark here of the first quarter. And again, Westwood on top, 21-20.
Looked like Quincy High was missing somebody in their personnel there. They had someone running on late. So Westwood calling the timeout kind of helps out Quincy there.
Well, remind everyone you can log on to QATV's website at QATV.org for program schedules, membership information, video on demand, and our live stream of our channels as well. So again, QATV.org. For all the sports replays, go on to QATV.org/sports. For all the video on demand for football, soccer, volleyball, and much more as well. So if you log on there and take a look.
How long have you been with QATV now?
I've been with QATV for 20 years now.
Wow. Does that mean we're getting old?
A little bit of both, I think, yep. Got a long-time crew here actually today for QATV. A couple of one very long-time staff member, Chris Potter, has been with the company since the inception, and a couple of long-time volunteers as well. We'll mention them in just a little bit.
Gabe
Handoff
Rodriguez.
over to the left side. Gabriel Rodriguez, junior running back for the Presidents, gets the ball, and they mark him down at the 31.
2nd and 7 for the Presidents.
Over to the right side here for Rodriguez again.
Gabriel Rodriguez across the 40.
And
we
we're
got
going to
some
have a late flag here for late hit on Westwood. Rodriguez gets across to about the 41-yard line, but I think we're going to be adding 15 onto that.
Yeah, Gabe was clearly out of bounds. They had the toss sweep there. He got to the edge. He had the first down, and then he was out of bounds. And a stupid push by Westwood to cause 15 more
Dead
yards.
ball, personal foul, late hit on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Result of enforcement, first down.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
I mean, if you're the Westwood coaching staff, you can't be happy with that.
Gonna bring the ball out to the 44-yard
You know, that flips the field for Quincy, and now
1st and 10.
now they're on the drive.
And it's going to be a loss on the play here for the Presidents. Rodriguez gets a hit behind the line of scrimmage and will lose a yard back to the 45.
No gain. Tackle by number 63 for the Wolverines, Dalvin Mazzillo.
Now, I mentioned earlier about the article in the Patriot Ledger, and I said it was J.C. Ham. I apologize. It was Gabriel Rodriguez who was featured in the article. I believe J.C. Ham was mentioned, but Gabriel Rodriguez was the feature player in there. So I apologize to Gabe for all the mentions there. I realized that as he was starting to get the ball here. We haven't seen him on offense yet for the Presidents. All right, Rodriguez again on the carry for the Presidents, and this time he gets up to about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, he gets those yards back, and makes it a
That's Thomas Kane.
third and somewhat manageable.
As long as it's the 41. Take up the 4. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 6.
Novak in the shotgun. Looking to pass now on 3rd down over to his left, and it's going to be complete, but short of the first down.
Pass is complete.
Pass was caught there by... Trying to get the number there. We'll go to the replay
Brian
here.
Johnson?
I think it might have been Brian Johnson, yes.
So Quincy High knew they were in 4-down territory, so they don't have to get everything right there. They have 2 downs to get it. Yeah, it was number 8, Brian Johnson.
All right, Johnson gets the ball up to the 37, so brings up 4th down and about 3 now for the Presidents. And flag's going to be thrown here. And Andrew Novak's upset. He saw he has some space on this play to run, and we're going to have a false start against the Presidents.
Dead ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, and still 4th down. Thank you, Andrew.
All right. 5-yard penalty.
All right, 42, and we were wide.
It's only a 5-yard penalty, so it's still reasonable. 4th and 8. It does change the play call a little for sure.
The clock continues or starts to wind down here, and I believe Quincy High is just going to let it run down to the end of the quarter, and that's what they do here. So at the end of the first quarter of play, Westwood on top, an exciting play, 21-20. And as we come back to the second quarter, Quincy's going to have a 4th down and 8 to see if they can keep this drive going and keep the excitement going here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Mentioned some of the longtime volunteers for QATV, Peter Doherty, and Anna El Tori, who are in the truck. I've been with QATV for a number of years as volunteers, and we appreciate their help. Also out here tonight volunteering for us is Scott Daniels, who's been probably about the last 5 years or so, has been with QATV and has been around helping us out. So we appreciate Scott for everything he's done. And some part-time staff here for QATV, Ryan McWade and Nadan Nair, who are here tonight as well. Ryan and Nadan and Chris have been here all day for the soccer games that were earlier on and for football as well. So appreciate all their help, and of course as well as Scott, Peter, and Anna as well. Ball at the 42-yard line, and Quincy wasn't set for it. And it was a fumble, but either way, it was going to be Westwood ball. And they're going to take over at their own, 44, as you'll see here on the replay. Oh, I'm sorry, no replay. It would happen so quick. Weren't expecting in the truck either. Andrew Novak was getting ready to call for the ball, and looked like he just got snapped on the whistle.
So it looks like, Quincy tried to come out of the quarter and surprise Westwood, get right up on the line. You didn't see them huddle. They came right out to the line, and it looked like they were ready to go. And, they probably talked about it between quarters of catching these guys off guard and come out on first sound. So instead of a regular cadence of, hut 1, hut 2, they just came out and went on first sound. And it looked like some people were ready and some people were not. And it causes a turnover on downs.
So Westwood takes over now, 1st and 10 from their own 44. Donegan pass is complete over to the left to Martucci, and Martucci will get brought down there by Gabe Rodriguez.
That's a big tackle. If he breaks that tackle, he's got some green grass in front of him. He could still be running right now. That's a huge tackle.
2nd and 5, Wolverines.
Brought down at the Westwood 49-yard line. Quincy was almost off sides there, but they were just behind the line of scrimmage. Handoff goes to Tody over to the right side. Throws a stiff arm, but doesn't get the defender away there. Credit there to number 4, Ruben Charles, as he's hung with the play.
Result of that play will be a Wolverines first down.
Tody gets pushed out of bounds at the Quincy 40-yard line.
He's racking up the yards already here, with still with 11 minutes left in the first half. He's having himself a great first half. He wasn't used early, but they are definitely using him now.
1st and 10 now for Westwood. Donegan looking to pass over to the left side, has a man wide open down the sideline, complete and touchdown. Thomas Kane was wide open. Donegan was looking right, then came back left, and the man was wide open, as you'll see in the replay here. So you have to give credit to Brendan Donegan. You can see looking right, and he finally came left, and his man sprinted open for the easy 6 points.
It looks like a breakdown in coverage there. Kane just went right down the sideline, and it looked like the first guy had let him go. He thought he had some help over the top, and Alex Martinez hadn't got over there fast enough to help him over the top, and that busted coverage results in a touchdown.
13, Thomas Warren will attempt a 1-point conversion.
Thomas Warren for the extra point is up and just
good.
shy.
Wow.
Kick is
It was a very high kick.
Team set up field for one-score game. Westwood.
So 27-20. Westwood gives back that extra point.
Yeah, that helps out. When you miss an extra point, and then a team helps you out by not getting one a couple times later, that's going to be big down the line. So now you're just a touchdown away. There's no 2-point conversion. It's just touchdown, extra point, and you're right back in this thing. $27-20, still a high-scoring game, with with literally 11 minutes left in the half.
All right, so Quincy comes out, get ready to receive this kick. Will be kicked off by Oliver Gannon.
Number 53, Oliver Gannon set to kick off.
Ham and Gallant
Wolverines.
back deep for the Presidents to receive.
Deep to receive, number 1, J.C. Ham, and number 2, Stephen Gallant.
Another short kick there. Ham picks it up at the 23-yard line. Trying to find some space over to the other side of the field. And evaded one tackler but could not get the second. Coming up to make the hit was Thomas Warren.
So they probably had a return left going, but JC is all the way on the right side. He tried to come to the left. Sometimes you just got to get what you can get. I mean, the chances of him coming all the way across the field is highly unlikely. Sometimes you just got to get what you can get. If they kick it to the middle, then yeah, you go with your return. But when you're all the way over, sometimes you just got to get what you can get.
All right, they mark him down at the 24-yard line. St. Gallant in motion, and they give it to him. Well, nice job hitting the hole there by Stephen Gallant over the right sideline. Big run here, and it just gets pushed out of bounds at about midfield. Call it the 46-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds, as we'll see in the replay.
You know, a lot of guys talk about, Gabe, who is a great running back, and JC, who's a great wide receiver. But Stephen Gallant is a game changer. He's somebody that you don't really key on all the time, and he is a game changer. As you can see here, when he hits that corner, he's tough. He's tough to catch. He's a difference maker for sure.
So nice run there for the Presidents. 22-yard gain, 1st and 10 now from their own 46. Low snap, handoff to J.C. Ham. Ham trying to find some space over the sideline and puts his shoulder down. Nice job there by Ham. And it gets across midfield to the Westwood 49.
Yeah, he gets that extra yard. That's a big yard right there. You need a little better blocking on the interior by the wide receiver to spring that guy. You had some linemen out there pulling and hustling down the field to try to get a block. Stephen Gallant has a good seal right there. You got 2 linemen coming out. We get a better block right there on the side, and JC might still be running.
Joseph Vinci came up to make the tackle. Number 62 for the Wolverines. 5-yard gain there by Ham. 2nd down and 5 for Quincy. Rodriguez right up the middle. Nice job in the backfield to take a sidestep and hit the hole. Gets across the 45, brought down at the Westwood 40.
Nice job there. Great call. Hit it up the gut, and Gabe Rodriguez did a great job getting the yards. We got a 1st down. We'll move the chains.
Coming up on the 9-minute mark here in the 2nd quarter. Rodriguez up the middle again.
Rodriguez.
Tackle made by Trenton O'Shea, number 52 for Westwood. And Rodriguez is marked down at the 37.
Offensive coordinator Greg Caswell doing a great job here. He was trying to get it to the outside, throwing some, and now he's pounding it up the middle a little bit, soften up the defense, and probably take a shot sooner than later.
Rodriguez trying to bounce it outside. Flag thrown on the play. This is going to be coming back, it looks like. Rodriguez crosses the 20, and he'll get brought down and pushed out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. But this one's going to be coming back.
But there is a penalty marker.
Marcus down at the 38-yard line.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard
Holding
penalty from the spot of the
against the
foul.
Presidents.
Repeat, second down.
It's a spot foul. And we'll place the ball back at the 48-yard line of the Presidents. It is now 2nd and 22 for the Presidents.
All right, so tough break there for the Presidents as they now have a 2nd and long. It's Rodriguez up the middle. And he's going to get back into Westwood territory up to the 49, maybe they get the 48. Brought down there by Alvin Bazil.
Yeah, put you in a 3rd and long situation here.
17 for the Presidents.
Just that holding call just handcuffs you and your play calling, field position, and everything like that. It's an unfortunate error.
Man in motion. Gallant trying to get out of harm's way. Novak trying to get out of harm's way. Has some space down the right sideline. Crosses the 30. Has the first down and more. Picks up a block. All the way up to the 10-yard line at the 5. Still on his feet. And let's see if they put him in the end zone or not. No, down at the 1-yard line goes Andrew Novak.
Wow. Westwood brought some pressure there. He stepped up, saw some green grass, started running, as you're going to see here, and makes a little move here on this number 51 to get to the outside. Gets a first down. You had a nice block on the outside by J.C. Ham. He held his block, and he tried to get there. He was short. Man, I hope they give him a quarterback sneak here. He got them all the way down there. Hope they help him out and get him in the end zone.
His shoulder came down inside the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 1. Novak in the shotgun, Rodriguez in the backfield. They give it to Rodriguez over to the left side, and he goes in for the touchdown. Quincy High School comes down and answers the Westwood Wolverines, and they put 6 points on the board, 27-26.
Great job by the O-line there, opening up a huge hole. Great kick-out block. I think it's 88. There was a great kick-out block there by number 88, Christian Brennan. So good block by him. Kick the guy out. Gabe run right underneath him, and we got hopefully a tie game. Oh no, we're going for 2.
So yeah, it looks like Quincy's going to go for 2.
Wow. Okay. Coach Keary trying to take the lead, being aggressive. I like it.
Ruben Charles in motion. Novak looking to pass, trying to get it to Charles, and it's intercepted, and that will be the end. So
2-point conversion failed.
Attempt is no good.
Interception cannot
So
be
Quincy
advanced
will
after
trail by
that's
1
the
here,
rule.
27-26.
Teams head upfield. Get a 1-score game. Westwood.
Take a look at the replay real quick here.
7. Quincy Presidents 26.
And you can see Novak was being pursued there and wasn't able to get his full body behind it. Charles was there if he could have gotten a little something on it, but with the pressure there by the defender, just couldn't get anything there.
Yeah, it was a good call. The guy was open, he was there. And, they'll go back to that play in practice and perfect some stuff, and Novak will get that as the season goes on. But nonetheless, they're now chasing a point again. So we'll see what happens.
All right, 6:51 left to go here in the second quarter, 27-26. Westwood on top of the Presidents.
Looks like Westwood is just running guys on the field now. Looks like they're running guys on late.
Yeah, definitely not sure where things are going. Short kick by McDonough, and it's just down there by the back, number 2, Ethan Beauregard.
Pick up by number 2, Ethan Beauregard.
And they're going to say Beauregard went down at the 38, it looks like, I think, 37, excuse me.
Presidents are going man-to-man on the outside here.
Tody gets the carry over the left side. Nice pursuit there by the Presidents. Coming up to make the
Tody on the
tackle
carry.
was Kevin
No
Gray, number
gain.
7. Brought him down by the legs, and nice tackle.
Number 7, Kevin Gray, defensively for the Presidents. 2nd and 10.
I don't think that's Tody's strength. Left and right, east and west. I think he's a downhill guy.
Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11. Donegan looking to pass down the left sideline. Has a man and complete at the 30-yard line. Nice job there by the wide receiver, number 17, Thomas Kane. Faked left, went right up to the middle of the field and got past 2 Quincy defenders, as we'll see here in the replay.
Thomas Kane.
And Westwood comes right back and strikes.
Again, when you play man-to-man, you get the single high safety. It's just, your guy versus their guy. It's a tough coverage. It's a tough call.
5:54 remaining.
But you got to think that your guy is better than the other guy. And, this quarterback is, he's throwing the ball well. He's very good. I was talking to Coach Carey last night about Westwood, and one of the things he says is their passing attack is definitely a threat, and the quarterback is a very dangerous player. So he was spot on with that.
Kick is up, and it is good.
Kick is good. That was number 53, Oliver.
So
Gannon.
Westwood puts the extra point through this time, and 34-26 as Westwood increases their lead on the 64-yard touchdown pass from Brendan Donegan to Thomas Kane, and the extra point attempt as well. It's interesting, as each team scores, the other team is kind of scratching their heads as what they could have done and whatnot. And right now, Quincy's scratching their heads on that last play. As mentioned, man-to-man coverage broken down, and see if they can come out here now, the Presidents, and strike back again.
And the flip side to that is if you were to tell Quincy that with 5 minutes left in the half, they'd have 26 points. They'd be ecstatic. They would be the happiest. Coach Carey would be the happiest guy in the place. Just unfortunately, Westwood has 34. But it's definitely a little bit of a track meet. And see if Quincy can answer.
J.C. Ham.
All right, short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds there. Nice decision by Ham to let it go out of bounds at the 25.
That's a real smart play by JC right there. That's a real heads-up play.
Officials place it.
Coach Kevin Carey trying to decide what he'd like to do, and it looks like he might have them re-kick.
Yeah, he's going to back him up and kick again.
Presidents have elected to re-kick. Gannon's kick will take place from the 35-yard line.
All right, so they move it back to the 35, and Quincy will get another chance at it. Short kick again, and Ham bounces off his legs. He picks it up, though.
J.C. Ham.
And Quincy's lucky there that he didn't get a turnover.
Taken down at the 35
And they're going to say it's at the 35 where the Presidents will take over.
In the offseason, I'm going to have to hit him some ground
First
balls.
and 10 Presidents.
Man, that bounced right up to him. That's an easy bounce. You got to catch that and go. plenty of time here. I mean, Quincy might get the ball twice the way they're scoring here, so you got plenty of time to score.
Novak hands it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez and Novak almost ran into each other, but they get the handoff successfully, and Rodriguez gets up to about the 38-yard line. I believe at the half we're going to be joined by Bob Noble to discuss a little about Hats Off Weekend and whatnot. So looking forward to being joined by Bob Noble at the half. So hope you stay tuned for that interview as well. Also, we'll be showing the Quincy High cheerleaders as they perform at the half too. Ruben Charles with the carry over to the right side, has some space in the first down, and Moore still on his feet into Westwood territory, and gets up to about the 43-yard line. Ruben Charles.
What a great run by Ruben. He's limping a little here, but hopefully he'll shake it off. You know, we were talking about Stephen Gallant, so you know the replay there, Ruben, he hits that hole and he gets to the outside, and you know we were talking about Stephen Gallant and Gabe and JC and Ruben. You know, Quincy High has some speed. I mean, these guys can really run, and they're dangerous once they get to the open field.
First and 10 for the Presidents. Ball at the 43-yard line. Rodriguez. Oh, nice move in the backfield by Rodriguez. And still on his feet at the 30-yard line. And he'll get brought down to 29. What a move in the backfield by Gabe Rodriguez to evade the defender and pick up a huge gain there, as we'll see in the replay.
That was a great run by Gabe, and it looks like Quincy High is going no huddle here. Oh, nope, I lied to you.
So no replay there as we were having some issues, but we'll take our word for it. That was a great play by Rodriguez.
You saw it live. You
yes,
don't need the replay. You saw it live.
All right, first and 10 from the 29 now for the Presidents. Just under 4 minutes to go. Rodriguez gets hit and popped pretty well there. Making the tackle there, number 63 was Alvin Bazil. We've called his name a couple times here tonight. Coming up from his tackle position to make that play.
Yeah, he's a big boy in the middle of the Westwood defense. He causes some havoc out there.
Second and 8.
Back looking to pass down the middle of the field for Ham, and it's complete at the 5-yard line, and he'll get that brought down, at the 1.
What a great pass by Novak. Read the defense, saw the slant, the deep post there. He ran here on the replay, and he just saw him and delivered the ball. Great ball. And here we go again.
All right, first and goal from the 1. Rodriguez over to the right side, punches it in, touchdown, Presidents.
Touchdown, Presidents.
Rodriguez punches in from 1 yard out with 2:55 left to go in the second quarter.
And here comes Quincy again. They've been answering the call all night. Every time Westwood comes down and scores, Quincy comes right down. We got a 2-point conversion to tie the game here.
See there, Rodriguez.
Again, a great job by the offensive line. Stalemating the defensive line of Westwood and opening up a good hole for them.
All right, Quincy going to 2 to try to tie the game. Rodriguez gets it, and looks like she gets in. Yes, touchdown, or excuse me, 2 points for Quincy, and they tie the game 34-34.
We are tied at 34, ladies and gentlemen. What a game.
Exactly. He said it, not me.
So, Steve, I don't know if you had the over or under on this game, but the over is hit, I can tell you that.
One team might have hit the over before this is all said and done.
So, again, 2:55 here to go in the second, and 34-34. What a game it has been. And I mentioned in the last touchdown score by Westwood that Quincy was left scratching their head, and you can see the Westwood side of the field. Shoulders are slunched, they're scratching their head, but neither team should be slouched here today because it's a back and forth, and the offense has been taking control.
Seems like the team that has the ball last is going to win this game.
Yep.
Set to kick off for the Presidents, number 52, Mason McDonough.
Short kick there by McDonough, and it just does stay in bounds. Field at the 24-yard line. Return over to the right side now by Westwood. Jack McDaniels.
Oh, he threw the flag and it stuck in his helmet.
Oh, yeah. Looked like his mouthpiece for a second there.
That's your replay right there. That's beautiful. The referee threw the flag and it went right into the player's helmet. How do you run like that?
You can see it coming right there. Wow.
Great job by the replay booth right there. Oh, that's funny.
You know, I forget the player's name, but I know he played on the Browns for the NFL maybe about 10 years ago, and that happened to him and hit him in the eye.
He had a black eye. His
He had a black eye,
eye
yeah.
swelled up, yeah.
Illegal block in the back. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
17-yard line of Westwood.
All right, so as you heard there, the ball's going to go all the way back to the 17-yard line for the block in the back.
Now, what a great turnout tonight. I'm just looking out the window here at the crowd, look the students. What a great turnout for everything. This Roll Hats weekend was a huge success.
And certainly getting a treat at the game to cap it all off as well. All right, Brendan Donegan, the quarterback for the Wolverines. He's going to hand it off over to the right side. Joseph Toti. And Toti just bulldozing the Presidents there as he picks up the first down, and he'll get brought down finally at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, right up the middle again. He was probably hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard in the backfield, and broke through that, and then just kept his legs moving and kept going. It looks like Westwood's going no huddle here.
And looks like Quincy's going to call a timeout, and they
Timeout,
do.
Presidents.
They haven't called one yet, so that's a good timeout. There's 2 minutes left. Settle everybody down. Talk about what the plan is defensively. Get the right alignment out there, and stop Westwood from scoring before the half. Because Quincy High gets the ball coming out. You know, Westwood took the ball right away, so Quincy's going to get the ball. And if they can hold them here with 2 minutes left, maybe they can come out at the start of the third quarter and take the lead.
So it'll certainly be a nice little turnaround there for the Presidents. Get a hold, get a score, and try and take some momentum back in, coming back in for the second half. And get things going on the positive side on both offense and defense to begin the second half of the game. See the crowd there from one of our sideline cameras, and all the student section down there as well. Quite a number of people here today at the stadium for the girls and boys soccer games against Pembroke. Both teams played Pembroke, and they had booths and tents all set up here. Different teams and organizations and clubs from Quincy High School were all around the north end zone by the concession stand promoting their club and/or team. And again, a great attendance by students and fans and everyone all around. A big pass here by Westwood is complete to number 15, Jack McDaniels. He makes a nice move, cuts to the outside, and will get a first down up to about the 43.
Yeah, he broke that first tackle, sprung him for a first down. They got the chains moving here, and they're going quick. They're in a no huddle.
They spot him down at the 42-yard line. Tony on the carry, hitting the backfield, and finally does get brought down for a loss.
Number 23, nowhere to
All the way
run.
back to the 41, they're going to say.
if you're a defender here and Toady has the ball, when the first guy hits him, everybody has to run to the football. Because there's not going to be one person that takes him down. It's going to have to be a group effort. So as soon as he gets the ball, everybody needs to run to the football.
Dunnigan, plenty of time, has McDaniels over the middle, complete at the 50-yard line, and goes out of bounds right at the first down marker. He's going to say just shy of the first down.
Out of bounds, close to the line to gain. It's going to be short by a yard. 3rd and 1 for the Wolverines.
McDaniel, again, just shy of the first down at the Quincy 49. 3rd and 1 now for the Wolverines. Give it to Toady over to the right side. Evades one tackler, stiff arm there. And he's going to get up to the Quincy 48-yard line. And late flag thrown as well. Tackle is made by number 28, Alex Martinez. A very, very late flag.
The head official was the one that threw it to. They're just trying to calm everybody down. It's on Quincy, whatever the call may be.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Result of enforcement. First down.
Horse collar.
That's a 15-yard penalty, which will place the ball on the 29-yard line of the President.
That was a tough call because Martinez had a stiff arm, as I mentioned.
So he was probably going for a regular tackle, but when he went to hit him, he got stiff armed, and he just grabbed onto the first thing he grabbed onto. I don't think it was an intentional thing. I mean, they do have to make the call, but you know, he got stiff armed down, and he just grabbed onto whatever he could grab onto.
So that's going to move the ball all the way to the 29-yard line now for Westwood with 1:20. So they're going to put 5 seconds back on the clock to 1:25. The official's asking for it. Still haven't set the clock yet, and they blew the whistle.
They might be keeping the time. Yep, there it is.
There they go now. All right, 1st and 10 for Westwood again at the Quincy 29. Dunnigan pass complete to McDaniel again. McDaniel looking for a block over to the left side. And over there was J.C. Ham to bring him down right at the first down marker. We'll see if they give it to him or not.
On the reception, taken down by
First
number 1,
down.
J.C. Ham. It is enough for a Wolverine first down.
Marker down right at the marker for McDaniels.
Ball be placed at the 18-yard line of the President.
Marker down to 18. Dunnigan looking to her right, complete. Ruben Charles right there to make the tackle, getting help from Martinez as well. Martinez was trying to strip the ball out, but McDaniels held on to it, and he gets brought down to 10.
That's a big tackle by Ruben right there. The clock is still rolling. You know, I understand Westwood doesn't want to give Quincy the ball back with any time.
30 seconds to go. Dunnigan over the middle for the pass, complete, and nice tackle
big
there.
Tackle.
Pass was complete to number 4, Thomas Fahey.
And now Westwood calls a timeout.
Tom Fahey on the reception.
That's going to be 1st and goal, and let's see, they marked him down at the 3-yard line. There's 26 seconds left to go. Westwood calls their 2nd timeout of the half. One more remaining for them. couple of nice tackles made by the Presidents on the last 2 plays, but nonetheless, Westwood has first and goal from the 3-yard line. Trying to see if they can recapture the lead. Dante Martucci, number 21 in the backfield with Brendan Donegan. On the option there, Donegan keeps it himself, and Quincy comes up.
Great defensive play there, and it looks like Westwood bags another timeout.
So it was Devin Delaney coming up to make the tackle for Quincy.
Yeah, that's a big play right there. Puts some pressure on Westwood now.
Timeout, Wolverine.
And they're going to say it might have been a loss of yard on the play back to the 4-yard line.
I would anticipate Coach Carey bringing some pressure here and not letting Westwood. They got to give the quarterback a 2-way go just like they did there. I think they tried to run an option and the quarterback kept it. And I think you got to do the same thing again. If he's the best player on the field on your offensive unit, then you got to give him a 2-way go.
All right, well, that was the last timeout for Westwood. So if they don't run it in here, Steve, they're going to have to reset very quickly to see if they can get another play off. It is 2nd down.
Yeah, I think you got to just sprint them out to the right or sprint them out to the left and give them a chance to throw it away or run it in.
Donegan pass over to the right side and touchdown Westwood. Pass was complete to number 24, Charles Jessup.
24, Charles Jessup.
Take a look at the replay here. It's just a slant there run by Jessup.
Yeah, that's a great ball. Put it right where it had to be. It was a great catch. Great ball, great catch.
Westwood will attempt the extra point with 17 seconds to go and try to put themselves up by 7. And flag is thrown. Offsides against Quincy.
Encroachment on
So
defense.
they'll move the ball up a yard.
Half the distance.
And they're still kicking.
Number 53, Oliver Gannon will attempt a 1-point conversion. Number 6, John
Oliver
Long
Gannon
will hold.
to kick it. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it goes off the upright.
Wow.
So it is no good.
Kick is no good.
Could be interesting.
That is for sure.
We have seen everything tonight.
We truly have. So again, a kick goes off the upright, and Westwood takes the lead 40-34, as we'll see in the replay here, as it just bounced off at plenty of distance, but just too far to the left.
We have seen it all.
So as we inch our way towards halftime here, yet another first half kickoff for these teams as we're back and forth. And Oliver Gannon will kick it away.
From what we've seen so far, 17 seconds is plenty of time.
Number 53, Oliver Gannon will kick off for the Wolverines.
Quincy's moved their line up a little bit, Steve, for the past couple of kickoffs. They've kicked it short. So Ham's the lone man back. And they kick it even shorter this time. Fielded by the Presidents at about the 38-yard line. And getting return up there to about the 45 was number 5 for the Presidents, Brendan O'Connor.
Ball will be placed at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Presidents.
See what the decision here is with 11 seconds left.
Presidents come out, 3 receivers to the left of Andrew Novak. Westwood has 4 defensive backs back at the 40-yard line. Pass into flat to Gabe Rodriguez over to the left side, trying to get out of bounds, and he does. He gets out at about the 41-yard line, 7 seconds to go. Take a look at the replay real quick here.
Out of bounds around the 40. Result of that play is the President's first down. There is still 7 seconds remaining.
He just took what they gave him. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't try to, get something that wasn't there. He took what they gave him. He got some yards and puts him in position to throw one down and see what happens. Again, we talked about it earlier. Quincy has the skill position players they have speed. They're fast.
This time they reverse the 3 receivers to the right this time for Quincy. Ruben Charles, lone man to the left. They're looking towards Charles' way, and the pass was just short, but there's going to be 2.9 seconds to go, so another attempt if they want, which I'm sure they will.
Covered defensively by number 5, Ty Pindell for the Wolverines. Second and 10.
All right, pending a penalty, final play here of the first half. J.C. Ham, lone coverage out on the right side. Novak rolling up to his left.
Good blitz pick up there.
Throws away downfield for Ruben Charles, and Charles didn't see it coming. And he was triple covered down there either way. So pass goes incomplete. And an exciting first half here at Veterans Memorial Stadium as Westwood has a 6-point lead, 40-34, as we enter halftime, Steve. And as we said a few times here, it's been an outstanding, exciting game, track meet, back and forth, whatever you want to call it. We've been having it.
Yeah, again, we talked about it. If you told Coach Carey he's going to have 34 points at the half, he'd be the happiest guy on the field. But unfortunately, they gave up 40. And again, we saw some kick returns for touchdowns. We saw some big plays. There was a lot of back and forth, and they'll go in, they'll make some adjustments at the half, and they'll clean things up for the second half of the game.
And Westwood coming off the field here.
Westwood brought a good crowd tonight. They traveled pretty well.
I think what we'll do is we'll pause while the cheerleaders get ready to take out into the field for their routine, and when they are done, we're going to be joined by Bob Noble to talk a little bit about Roll Hats weekend here at Quincy High School and Veterans Memorial Stadium. So again, at the half, 40-34 is our score, and we'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
take control of our very own destiny, and let's let them know we're up in here. We are Quincy. We won't take it anymore. Presidents demand your respect. Quincy will take the haters down till there's none left.
Welcome back, everyone, to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're again at the half. Westwood leads the Presidents by a score of 40-34. It's been Roll Hats weekend here at Quincy High School and at the stadium. And we're being joined by one of the men who's behind Roll Hats weekend, Bob Noble. Bob, thanks for joining us here in the booth.
Thank you for having me.
It's been quite a weekend, and again, you mentioned you were one of the men spearheading it. Talk about how you got to Roll Hats weekend here for the Presidents in Quincy High School.
Well, it really has its beginnings in Genesis when I was coaching in Hingham the past couple of years. They have had a homecoming weekend of this type for a number of years, and while I was there, I'm saying to myself, this is something we have to bring to Quincy, or we have a wonderful venue here in Quincy in the form of Veterans Memorial Stadium. We can showcase not only the athletic programs involved, but all the activities that are created at Quincy High School. And that's really the point of all this, was to show everybody what a great place Quincy High School really is and what really goes on there. And as I said, I don't think there's a greater venue to be able to do that than here at Veterans Stadium. So, and it certainly has turned out that way so far today.
Oh, certainly. You couldn't have asked for a better day to begin with as well.
Right.
So the gods granted you that. We talked about all the different clubs and activities. The north end zone by the concession stand had tables, booths from almost every sports team, all kinds of clubs and activities. And you mentioned it's all around thing at Quincy High School, not just one or the other. It's everything that was here.
And that's the point of the whole thing, is that we want to be all-inclusive here, and to have activities or programs that are not normally associated with, let's say, athletics, or just or having a venue like this in order to show off what they do. Again, this gives them the opportunity in which to do so, and we're very pleased with it, and I'm very happy for them and for everybody at Quincy High School, and it's been a great day, and this is only going to get better as the time goes on. What we're hoping to do is, although we called it Roll Hats Weekend this week, what we're hoping to do in the years to come is this will become a true Alumni Day homecoming type of weekend. They had a great, I was unable to go last night, but they had a great time at the volleyball game last night. They had a great crowd. The atmosphere was tremendous from what I understand. Today was the same. And it's only going to grow from here, as I think what was good about today now was that a lot of people were able to come today, see what this is really all about, so they can, now they truly understand what this is all about, and that'll only, grow from there, whether it's within the actual student body of Quincy High School or our alumni as well. And that's the whole point, is to get everybody involved, make Quincy High School a great place to go to school, and be proud of, and be a part of. And that's the whole point of all this. Again, doesn't matter, I don't care whether you're playing athletics or not, it's being a part of Quincy High School, period. And that's the real deal.
Well, I know one of the things, certainly when I was at Quincy High School, pride was always one of the words that was talked about no matter what it was. Again, sports or different clubs, pride was always a thing.
Right.
And especially coming out of COVID, I would imagine it took a hit because they weren't in the building for such a long time, and the back and forth. So to get the students involved with it would make it that excitement to really come back to life.
Exactly. And I think that's part of it. We've been very fortunate this year in the regard that the senior class here this year has devoted itself to the idea that they're going to be one of the best senior classes in terms of not only academically but also in terms of school spirit and things like that. To leave that as a legacy for the underclassmen that are coming up, that hey, this is the way we should be as far as how we approach ourselves as far as students at Quincy High School, and being supportive of everything we do at Quincy High School.
Talk about how that can then transfer over to the alumni as well, because I think when parents and alumni see the students involved and excited and proud to be at Quincy High School, they can't help but transfer that over to the alumni as well.
Oh, absolutely, and we've got a tremendous response from our alumni. That in the weeks leading up to this, we were very, I was very fortunate to have Scotty Campbell be a part of this. He was, I may have been the one that came up with the idea, but he was the real marketing guy, and that's why I went to him. And a lot of what you see here is really because of his time and effort. But what it did was it really got the alumni involved, and I can't tell you how many people I've seen here today or in the weeks leading up to it saying, hey, this is just the kind of stuff that we want to become involved in. This is what we've been waiting for. And I like a lot of things at this point in time, coming out of the pandemic and everything else, people now have something that they can latch onto, so to speak, and want to be a part of, and we've very much had a tremendous response from our alumni in that regard.
And I think the other thing too, with Roll Hats coming out of the Roll Tide from
Sure.
Alabama,
Yeah.
taking that college feel where colleges around the country have that homecoming weekend
Exactly.
for everybody, not just the students, but the alumni, parents, everybody to come out and to get that atmosphere here at the stadium or at the high school last night. You mentioned the alumni were honored, and then they honored the championship volleyball teams from the 1980s.
Yep.
Just to have that great atmosphere, it just again the excitement and to have everyone being proud to be a Quincy High School president.
Exactly, and we're just going to play upon that and work, and use that as well, and go forward with that. And again, get more and more of our former alumni involved in what we're doing here at the school, or attempting to do at the school, and hopefully it's only going to grow from there.
Real quick, what are your thoughts on the game so far? It's been quite a game here in
As
the first half.
I mentioned to you guys off air, that was a heck of a first half of a basketball game. Obviously, someone has to play a little defense at one point in time in the game on either side of the ball. I think the first guy that actually makes a team punt wins here today. But yeah, well, it certainly is an exciting game. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. I mean, there's been a lot of scoring going on, a lot of big plays.
Yep.
So from an entertainment point of view, it's very exciting. From the position of being a coach on one side or the other, I'm sure they don't quite feel it. I'm sure both locker rooms were, it wasn't exactly, they were thrilled with what was going on.
Well, I'm sure right now you're glad to be outside the lines here tonight instead of inside and dealing with everything that was going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole, having coached for quite a while, and this is my first year not coaching since 1975. Yeah, it's different sitting here, but it's also, I enjoy it. I enjoy just coming to the games now, and again, the coaching staff at Quincy High School are people I know very well, and I'm always thrilled to see them do well, and and help them in whatever way I can. But there comes a time in your life where it's time to just sit back and relax and enjoy it, and I'm at that stage.
Well, yeah, thank you for coming up here.
Thank you.
Enjoy the second half here. Hopefully it's just as exciting as the first.
Yeah, I'll say. All right.
All right, Coach Bob Noble.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming by. We'll take another quick timeout and back with second half coverage in just 1 second.
Jason Cannon. The cheerleaders also raffled off a pair of Bruins tickets that were donated, as well as $100 gift card for livery service to the game, and $50 in cash. And that winner went to number 761117, Jen Sampson. Thank you all for your donation. We truly appreciate it. Have a good night. Roll Hats! Roll Hats!
We'll have our own.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to Veterans Memorial Stadium as we get ready to begin the third quarter, where the Westwood Wolverines score of 40 and the Quincy Presidents 34. Real quick before the half, we'll run down some quick stats. Andrew Novak for the Presidents, 4-6 passing for 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Rushing the ball, Gabe Rodriguez has 52 yards. Andrew Novak with 45. Stephen Gallant with 22 yards. Rodriguez with 2 touchdowns. An onside kick happens, and it looks like Westwood's recovered, and they have.
So they pooch kicked it, and it went to one of the up men, and it went right through his hands, and Westwood jumped right on it, and they capitalized on the mistake.
44-yard line up the Presidents. First and 10 Wolverines.
We talked about seeing it all, and it just continues here to begin the second half as Westwood comes out, and now we know why they wanted to get the ball to begin the first half as well. Figured they're going to come out with that kick for the second.
That's right. It didn't make a difference that they took the ball right away because they got the ball again.
Pass complete to number 23, Joseph Toti, over to the right side, and Toti will get brought down. Flag thrown on the play. Toti gets up to the 40.
They figured Quincy High was going to be aggressive, so they come right out and run a screen and try to catch Quincy High in a blitz.
There was a late flag on the play.
There was a good tackle in the open field, but let's see what's going on here.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. Illegal block in the back on the offense. Those penalties offset, replay, first down.
Roughing the passer
Play never
against the
happened.
Presidents.
Play never
against
happened.
The Wolverines will replay the down.
All right, so back to first down. Donegan's pass is complete over to the right side. And nice pursuit there by the Presidents. Looked like it was number 2, Stephen Gallant, on the tackle.
They ran a wide receiver screen there, so they went halfback screen the first play, wide receiver screen there, and Stephen Gallant definitely come off his block and made a great hit to stand up the wide receiver, and then his friends came along to finish up the job.
Real quick to finish up some stats, J.C. Ham, 2 catches for 95 yards for the Presidents. Brendan Donegan, 13 of 15 passing for 246 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half. Tody with the with the run
Number
gets across the
23,
40, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
tacklers across the 40.
Coach Carey was right when he was talking to me last night. He said this kid's a dangerous player and he's good.
Ball is
4
targeted
touchdowns in the first
9
half.
yard line.
Some people don't get that in 4 or 5 games.
And a long 4 for the Wolverines.
Tody had 50 yards rushing in the first half. Thomas Kane, 2 catches for 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Antonio Marone, 1 catch for 70 yards and a touchdown. And Charles Jessup had 2 catches for 7 yards and a touchdown as well. Pass downfield, and what a catch down the field there by number 15, Jack McDaniels. Great coverage there by the Presidents, but McDaniels just made an outstanding catch all the way down to the 10.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 ball that McDaniels come up with. Just man-to-man coverage, and he threw it up there, and McDaniels come down with a great catch.
First and goal to go for the Wolverines from the Quincy Presidents' 10-yard line.
All right, so first and goal now from the 10. Tody gets hit in the backfield and he brought down there. Number 2 again for the President's captain, senior Stephen Galan. Also over there was Gabe Rodriguez.
Sneaking in there to make the tackle.
Eric Lamano as well for the Presidents.
Loss of 3.
Ball goes back to the 13-yard line, 3-yard loss.
And 13 for the Wolverines.
High formation, Presidents giving pursuit. Donegan passes it, and big hit there. Pass is complete, though, to number 10, Andrew Weeman.
Great tackle by J.C. Ham right
21,
there.
Martucci.
Open field
tackled
tackle.
by J.C.
Let's go
Ham.
look at the replay here.
3rd and 9 for the Wolverines.
It's 3rd and goal. They have 9 yards to go, but it's 3rd and goal. They cannot get a first down.
Last catch was actually by Dante Martucci, number 21. Ball at the 9-yard line. Donegan looking left, has a man in the end zone, and it is, great play there.
What a great play.
Pass attempted for
Great play by Alex Martinez to break that up.
22.
That kid had that ball. He put his hands in between and broke it up. That's a great play.
Yeah, nice job there, as you said. Martinez, touchdown saving play there.
He put his right hand through the wide receiver's hands and broke that ball up. Man, that's a great play. Sets up a 4th and goal from the 9.
Donegan rolling to his left, looking, has a man in the back of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Receivers looking for a flag, but the ball was thrown short, so no flag. And Quincy defense is able to hold, as you'll see in the replay.
52, Mason McDonough for the Presidents.
Great pursuit by the defensive line for Quincy High. Coach Carey brought some pressure, and he tried to get it over the linebacker's head, and it just fell a little short of the wide receiver. And it goes back to how big of a play that was on 3rd down. If he doesn't break that play up, if Alex Martinez doesn't break that play up on 3rd down, that can never happen on 4th. Novak's got to push him down here and take the lead.
Mason McDonough might have tipped that ball just a little bit as well, went through his hands. But nonetheless, turnover on downs. Nice defense there by the Presidents to hold deep in the red zone. And they now take over at their own 9-yard line. Handoff goes up the middle.
Rodriguez.
And it looks like it was Gabe Rodriguez on the carry for the Presidents there, as you can see, as he's trying to get up off the bottom of the pile.
Tackled by the entire Westwood defense.
I'll say there was a lot of white around the single blue uniform.
Yeah. We'd call everybody's name, but 2nd down's coming up.
And despite all those white shirts around Rodriguez, he gets up to the 15-yard line. Rodriguez again, trying to reach the corner, and he does. Gets across the 20-yard line up to the 25, and finally gets pushed out of bounds at the 25.
When you have a running back like Gabe Rodriguez who has some speed when he gets moving, all you have to do is get in front of your defender. You know, I believe it was Steven Gallant. It was one of the wideouts on this side. I believe it was Gallant. He just got in front of his guy for a second, and it gave Gabe that room that he needed to get outside and get the first down. You don't have to make a pancake block. You don't have to drive the guy 5-10 yards down the field. You just have to get in front of him and give your running back a chance to get moving.
It's amazing what a little yard or two can do for a speedy running back like that. Novak keeps it himself. And still staying in bounds. We're going to say he stepped out of bounds, though. And we'll see where they stepped out. And about the 32, make it the 33.
And it will be spotted at the 33. 2nd and 3 for the Presidents.
At the half, I received a text message from friend of QATV, Martin Dunham, and he said, "Are your fingers tired yet from typing in all the stats?" And I laughed back at him, and all the numbers from the half here and the yardage. I'll have to see if I can find the total yardage here in my stats, but it has been a staggering number with just the points on the board here as well. Rodriguez gets hit in the backfield and brought down by number 10, Andrew Weeman. There'll be a loss in the play back to the 32.
In your contract, you should put anything over a certain amount of points. You're on overtime.
That is for sure.
3rd and 4.
Third down and 4 here.
Need to get to the 36-yard line for the first down. Novak. And looks like he did. We'll see if they spot him out of bounds. And they're going to say he went out of bounds at the 39. Nice job there by Andrew Novak for the first down.
Got a first down. That's just a quarterback sweep to the short side of the field. They pull the tackle, they pull the guard. Everybody's out running in front of them, and you just find what you can. Great block again. You know, Steven Gallant had a great block there. Sam Swan had a great block there on the outside. They did a really good job.
All right, first down for the Presidents, and they actually spot the ball at the 40. Rodriguez started up the middle, has to go to the outside, and gets a yard or two on the play. It's brought down there by number 21, Dante Martucci.
That's Dante Martucci for the Wolverines. That's a pickup of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for the Presidents.
Spotted at the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 7 now for the Presidents. Ham in motion. Novak running to the left this time with some blockers in front of him, trying to get the outside. Gets up to the 50-yard line and pushed out of bounds in Westwood territory. Another first down for the Presidents.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it, right? Quarterback sweep right, quarterback sweep left. Gives you another blocker because you got Gabe Rodriguez out there blocking for him. They just keep moving the ball. Novak comes into the season after, playing behind Drew Beretti for 3 years. He's got something to prove this year, and he's been playing great all year. I understand they're only 2 games in, but preseason he worked hard in the off season. He worked with Coach Noble, who was just on here, becoming a better quarterback, and he's really stepped up for the Presidents so far this year.
Rodriguez gets the handoff, goes up the middle, somehow gets it through 2 or 3 defenders, and gets up to about the 40-yard line. Another nice run there by Gabe Rodriguez.
They're going to put it at the 41.
Is it possible that we can only have 1 score this quarter? There's only 4 minutes left in the quarter, and Westwood was the only team to score. I mean, is it possible?
Saying the clock's been ticking down here to make up some of the time in the first half as well. All right, ball at the 41-yard line. Second down and 3.
Great second effort there by Gabe.
So they get him across the 40 to about the 39-yard line. It'll be a yard shy of the first down.
It'll be a yard short. 3rd and 1 for the Presidents.
Third and a yard now for the Presidents. Ball at the Westwood 39-yard line. He almost got Westwood the jump. Novak keeps it himself, has the first down, and fights his way forward to about the 36-yard line. Nonetheless, he moves the chains.
Great job by Andrew Novak. Went on a hard count there, went on 2. See if they could get Westwood to jump. Great discipline by the offensive line. Nobody moved, and then they went on 2, and Andrew got the first down. Great discipline by the offense right there. You know, you jump off sides right there, and now it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. You know, it's a much different play.
Three minutes to go now here in the quarter. Rodriguez. And he had nowhere to go quickly. Nice job there. Again by number 10, Andrew Weeman. He's had a couple of tackles for loss here in this quarter. And they're going to spot the ball all the way back to the 41. Loss of 5.
It's tough now, 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15 for the Presidents.
Ham in motion to the left. Novak's going to run that way. Has a hole over to the left side and almost broke free. Tackled at his shoelaces. And looked like getting off the pile there. Travis Boger was the man that made the tackle to bring him down. Otherwise, Novak had a big run there.
Man, he was right there. He was a high step away right there. You might see that come back this way to the wide side of the field here now on 3rd down. They're having a lot of success with that play. And they're just outmanning you. Like I said, they're pulling the guard, they're pulling the tackle, and they're just outmanning you. You own 4 guys out there, we have 5 guys out there.
All right, 3rd and about 8 now for Quincy.
Gallant.
Give the Gallant over to the right side, and he's trying to turn the corner. He got held up by the jersey. Quincy's looking for a flag on the side, looking for a horse collar there. Take a look at the replay, and they're going to say Gallant gets out about the 25, right at the first down marker. And it looked like he might have grabbed his jersey.
Yeah, he grabbed his jersey, and then, I mean, he did go up high. It looked like he tackled him around the shoulders, up high near the neck, but I don't think it was a horse collar. But Gallant is still down. The trainer is over there. Gallant is still down.
Timeout for an official measure.
Coach Carey's pleading his case about a horse collar tackle.
Timeout.
They spot the ball at the 26-yard line, and that's right where they need to go for the first down.
We got a measurement coming up here.
I would think so. All right, they are going to bring the chains out to see what we have.
You got to suspect they're going for it on 4th and an inch.
And we'll see where they mark it, and
Short, a chain link short.
I would say there.
Great camera work, by the way. Great camera work.
Oh, man, you can see a couple inches shy.
Short by inches.
I believe Madan Nair on that camera there, on that shot
That'll bring
for
up fourth down.
QATV. Well, there's no question here the president's going to be going for it.
Do they have a quarterback sneak in the repertoire? The referee's telling everybody to get back over here. The player's down. I mean, he's hurt. Where's he going to go? Unreal. Stephen Gallant is up, everybody. He is up.
All right, he has the water bottle and talking with the trainer. And looks like he's okay. I think he's trying to stretch out.
Yeah.
Yep. Now here we go, 4th and inches. And Novak, this is going to be close. I
Novak
think
calls
he
the
got
wrong
it, but
number.
this is going to be pretty close. It looks like the far side judge is, well,
First
nope,
down.
and they do give him the first down.
Presidents. Ball be spotted just shy of the 25. 1st and 10 Presidents.
33 seconds left in the quarter, and it's running. We had one score this quarter.
No, we didn't have any scores actually this quarter because Westwood,
No, they come out and scored right away, didn't they?
no, they had the kick. Oh, we'll get to it here. Over to the right side, and Novak is out of bounds.
Novak calls
Correct. It was 40-34 going into the half. That's correct.
We'll take a look at the
steps
replay
out at the
here.
13-yard
Out
line.
at the 13-yard line goes Novak.
Another first down for the Presidents.
And he's having a great day. We had 74 points in the first half. We got none in the third quarter.
All right, we'll see here. Quincy 1st and 10. Ball at the 13-yard line. Rodriguez running up the middle. And he gets
Rodriguez
inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. And that's going to end the third quarter here.
5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5.
So while we had no scoring in the third quarter, still a very exciting quarter as teams went back and forth. Quincy was able to hold Westwood on the opening drive. Westwood got the kick,
Presidents 34.
and there was the fumble by the Presidents. Westwood gets it back. They go down the field. Quincy's able to hold them on 4th and goal. Quincy marches down the field, and they stand now at the 8-yard line. And that's where the third quarter ends, with Westwood still on top by a score of 40-34. But Quincy threatening here as we come back.
So at some point in time that quarter, John, I wanted to talk about how you had Coach Noble in here, but we just didn't have the opportunity. Just, being an alumni, as we graduated in the same class, this is unbelievable. I saw guys that I played with and that we knew growing up, and I saw guys that played before me and played after me, and this is a great thing. And Coach Noble, for me personally, is got to be one of the most influential people in my entire life. Forget football. He's a great guy, and Scott Campbell, I knew him my entire life growing up, so he's another influential person in my life. And those guys are putting Quincy High first. Coach Noble's coached some great players at some other schools and stuff like that, but man, he's a Quincy High guy, and Scotty Campbell's a Quincy High guy all the way. And it's not just about football, like you said. There was all kinds of clubs. They had a concert here today with the students, and my hat is off to Coach Noble and Scotty Campbell for everything that they've done, and I can't wait to do it again next year with the roll hats and everything like that. And if this thing catches, man, the sky's the limit.
It was really cool seeing all the students come in here in blue and white
Yeah,
today.
absolutely.
Everyone had a president's hat, shirt, T-shirt, sweatshirt, whatever on them. And everyone was really, catching on to the school spirit. So it definitely was really nice to see that. And again, like you said, hopefully it catches on and this only gets bigger and better next year. All right, Rodriguez with the carry on that last play gets up to the 4-yard line.
They're going no huddle. They're all looking at their wristbands. They're going right away. And Gabe's going up the middle again.
And Quincy's looking to the sideline, but he'll have the first down, it looks like. And let's see where they mark the ball. I think they're going to mark it at the 2-yard line.
First down.
First and goal to go.
And they're all on the wristbands again, so they're going. It's no huddle. They're going.
All right, first and goal from the 2.
Coach Caswell's wearing them down on the offensive line, and they think they got it, so they're going to go no huddle.
Trying to get up to the side, and untouched into the end zone goes Gabriel Rodriguez. Touchdown, Presidents.
What a great drive that was. It started, I don't know the time, but, after they got the goal line stand, and it ends with this touchdown right here.
Score is tied at 40.
By Gabe Rodriguez. They went to the corner a lot. You saw Novak get to the wide side, get to the outside a lot, and Gabe gets to the outside there. That's a great drive by the Presidents. And the extra point puts them up.
So extra point is good. 41-40. Quincy on top now.
The team set up field. The score is Quincy President.
What a great drive.
41, Westwood 40.
The Quincy defense should be rested. They haven't been on the field in probably 20 minutes of actual time. Coach Carey's going to dial something up here for a big stop.
I have down that drive took 8 minutes and 52 seconds for the Presidents to go down here. So time-consuming drive, kind of an old-fashioned run, and tick down that clock and put 7 on the board. Yeah, 19 plays, 91 yards.
You said you were getting text messages from people. I'm getting text messages from people too. Oh man, this is great.
Mason McDonough set to kick off for the Presidents.
All right, short kick by the Presidents, bounces at the 30 and fielded at the 26 for Westwood. And nice pursuit there by Quincy to get down and bring him down. And they're going to say he's down at the 31.
80 to 32. The ball is spotted at the 32-yard line of Westwood. First and 10 Wolverines.
All right, Westwood comes out. Hand it off over to the right side. Tody on the carry. He goes back over to the left. And they'll spot him down at the 37.
Good pursuit there by Ruben from the corner. Ruben Charles. It got him to turn back inside. He had some momentum coming outside. Ruben stepped up and got him going back to where all the flow is. That was a really good job right there.
Take a look at the replay real quick here as Westwood looks over to the sideline. And as you said, Charles comes up, forces him back to the inside. That's where Quincy's able to make the tackle. Tody over to the left now. Crosses the 40-yard line, puts his shoulder down, gets a couple extra yards, and he's going to get to the 42-yard line right at the first down marker. We'll see if they give it to him.
Third down. I like it.
Yeah, looks like they're going to call for a measurement, yes. Oh,
nope.
Nope, they're going to say first down. And it is a first down at the 42-yard line.
First and 10 Wolverines at their own 42-yard line.
Coach Carey is going at the official asking for a measurement. I'm sure it's nice words.
Dunnigan
He's going up top again.
Downfield, and it is
Oh.
incomplete. Went through the hands of his intended receiver, number 15, Jack McDaniels.
Pass intended for number
Defense
15,
there by Stephen Gallant. And
Jack McDaniel.
McDaniels is down, and I think he has a cramp because he looked over to the sideline and looked like he said he needed the water bottle, and that's definitely a cramp as he tries to get off. We'll take a look at the replay here. Oh, now he's saying he's good, but we'll see if he comes off or not.
That was a great pass route, and it was a great ball. The ball was right on his hands. That's where you want to throw it.
So bring a second down and 10 now for the Wolverines. 9:28 to go in the game. Handoff goes number 21, Dante Martucci. Martucci gets up to the 47.
Dante Martucci. He's got to be an Irish guy.
To the 47. That'll be 3rd and 5 for the Wolverines.
3rd and 5. Clock's moving. 9 minutes left. We got a great ending coming up.
Pass, Dunnigan over to the sideline. Oh, great job there by Stephen Gallant to bring down the receiver. And maybe a gain of 1 on the play, but he met Martucci right as the ball got to him and brings him down, as we'll see in the replay.
Martucci, but number 2, Steve Gallant.
He drops into coverage. He reads it. He breaks on the ball.
That'll bring up 4th and 5.
He makes a great tackle right there. No gain.
So that's going to bring up now a 4th and 4 for Westwood. Trips receivers to the left of Donegan.
Went with a hard count there. Looks like they got Quincy High to jump.
Both teams are pointing at each other, and it's going to be offsides on Quincy.
And the result of that penalty is going to be a first down.
That's a 5-yard penalty. But
Take a look at the
result of
replay
that
here
penalty
as
is a Wolverine first down.
Yeah, they were in the neutral zone.
some tough break there for the Presidents. Tody on the carry, and still on
Look
his
at that,
feet,
man.
bringing down a couple of Presidents with him. Eric Lamano was holding on and holding on. He got dragged for about 5 yards there, and Tody gets up to the 41-yard line.
I can't stress it enough that when this kid touches the ball, everybody has to run to the football. One guy is not going to take this kid down.
Westwood in no rush to move the ball here as well. 7 minutes to go now in the game. Donegan fakes the handoff to Tody. In trouble, but he gets away from it. Over to the right side now, across the 35-yard line, and it gets pushed out of bounds by Gabe Rodriguez at the 31.
Brendan Donegan.
Take a look at the replay as Donegan started to go to the left, found trouble, and somehow gets away from it.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go, and he turned a loss of 5 or 6 into a gain for first down.
So 1st and 10 now for Westwood. Ball at the 31-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go. Tony again up the middle.
Much
Finally
better.
up there by 3 and 4 Presidents to try to bring him down, and maybe a gain of 1 on the play, and they has to give him up 1 yard.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines.
Steve, did he say steal? Or it's funny looking at the head coach for Westwood. I'm not sure if it's the head coach or not over there, but it's giving signals as if he was at third base.
I was watching him at the same time you were watching him. Like, what call is that? He just told him hit run.
Yeah, I know. Tony, again on the carry, over to the left side, and they'll mark him down at the 27.
They're going to spot the ball at the 27-yard line.
I figured I would talk to the head baseball coach of Morissette and see what he had to say on that on those calls there. It's kind of interesting seeing him doing all those.
Had me confused.
Dunnigan looking, plenty of time, fires down the middle of the field, and it is caught for a touchdown. Westwood. Caught there by number 17, Thomas Kane.
He's having a great day. Kane, he went over 2 defenders there to get that ball. And it was a good ball, right? He got it at the high point. He got up and got it. It was a good throw, and it was a good catch.
Seeing the replay here, and he did a nice job, Dunnigan, just to pass it off before the defender came in. And as you said, 2 defenders, Kane goes up and brings it down.
With 5 minutes left, I mean, Quincy's got to have a little drive here. Going for 2.
So they go for 2 and try to go up by 7. A 2-point attempt, Dunnigan rolling out to his right. Rolling. Still has plenty of time being pursued. Fires it into the end zone, and
offensive pass interference.
Yeah, and we are definitely going to have a push off there. Jack McDaniels clearly pushed off number 28 for the Presidents, Alex Martinez.
Pass interference against the Wolverines.
So it's going to be offensive pass interference, and they're going to replay the down.
It's no good. They will assess penalty yardage.
Take a look at the replay real quick here.
What a great job by the quarterback keeping the play going here. We're seeing that replay.
You can see in the corner of your screen, it's just after the push.
Trust us, Westwood. It happened. Trust us. We wouldn't lie to you.
Will bring them all the way back to the 18-yard line.
All right, so it's a 15-yard penalty.
We will redo the try.
All right, so another big attempt here if the Presidents can hold and keep it a 5-point game. Dunnigan passing upfield, has a man, and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Had Kane in the corner of the end zone, but led him just a little bit too much. Nice defense over there as well by Corey Shabaro. So they cannot get the 2-point conversion, as we'll take a look at the replay, and Westwood leads 46-41.
Quincy High Coach Caswell is going to have 5 minutes to go down and score. They got to take all 5 minutes because you can't give the ball back to Westwood. I mean, they can score at any time. That quarterback's got a great arm, as we've been talking about all night. So You got to take as much time as you can. You're in no hurry, and you hope not to give the ball back to Westwood.
Westwood 5 minutes and 58 seconds on that drive, going 69 yards in 10 plays. Going on the possessions for each team here. For Westwood, touchdown, interception, that was a pick 6. Touchdown, 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 touchdown. Turnover on downs, touchdown for Westwood. For the Presidents, touchdown, touchdown, fumble, touchdown, touchdown. End of the quarter at the first half and touchdown.
Wow.
So no punts here yet today.
Wow. You're not going to see one now with 5 minutes left.
That is for sure. All right, Westwood kicks it deep. Field at the 13-yard line by J.C. Ham. Ham up to the 30, trying to spin out of harm's way, and he'll get another yard or two, and the Presidents will start at their own 32.
They moved Stephen Gallant up to the line closer, just in case those pooch kicks that Westwood's been doing. But they kicked that one deep, and they gave JC a chance.
All right, they spot the ball at the 33 with 4:55 left to go in the game. Quarterback Andrew Novak hands it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to break free, gets across the 35 up to the 36,
Rodriguez
maybe the 37.
Across the 35.
Yeah, they spot him at the 37.
To the 37. That's a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6 now. A little confusion on the handoff there. Rodriguez trying to turn the outside, gets across the 40, stays in bounds, cuts back up in the middle of the field, crosses midfield, and finally gets brought down at the Westwood 46.
Gabe Rodriguez.
That was a great run right there. Like you said, the handoff exchange was a little off, but Gabe let his running back, let his tackle get out there. He let him get out front, he let him lead, and then he got moving.
Mason McDonough with that lead blocker
Great
out there.
job. Yeah, Mason McDonough, that was a great pull around. Got all the way downfield and made a block on the second level. That was a great job.
And 1st and 10 for the Presidents. Move to left side, Novak keeps it himself, and he gets pushed out of bounds.
Novak to the 41.
Look at the replay here as Novak looks like he gets pushed out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. And again, McDonough was trying to get out ahead of that play, and Novak just ran in front of him there and still gets 5 yards, again at the 41. Actually, they keep the clock running. I thought he got out of bounds, but they said it did not. Rodriguez spins out of harm's way, cuts across the 40-yard line, and he'll get brought down at the 35.
We got another first down.
Going to be another President's first down.
Take a look at the replay again quickly here as Rodriguez, right there, gets spun out of one tackle's way and finally gets brought down there. Trenton O'Shea wrapped him up to bring him down, but Rodriguez falls forward for an extra yard or two, and again, 1st and 10 now Presidents at the 35.
They're going right back to him.
Rodriguez, nice job there. Ran into a tackler, but he just pushed him backwards. Number 63, Alvin Bazil. And they mark him down at the 32.
Quincy's looking at the wristbands again. They're going no huddle. They're going to try to push the pace.
31.
3 receivers bunched up to the left. Novak will run it himself. And nice pursuit there by the Wolverines. Joseph Vinci coming up to make the tackle. And they spot him down at the 32, so no gain. And the Presidents are going to call a timeout to stop the clock with 2:01 left to go in the game. And I believe that's their first timeout of the half.
Yeah, it's their first time out. It's third down. So you want to talk about this is a big third down, big fourth down coming up if they need it. So call timeout, get everybody on the same page, give them big boys some water and a rest for that last push, for that last 2-minute push.
Encourage everyone to visit our website at qatv.org for program schedules, membership information, video on demand, and our live stream as well of QATV Channel 8, the public access channel, and QATV Channel 9, the government access channel. So again, qatv.org. All right, Quincy breaks the huddle, 2:01 to go in the game, 3rd and 7 from the 32. Novak pass over the middle, and it is incomplete. Was looking for J.C. Ham, but nice defensive effort there by Jack McDaniels to break it up. And we'll see on the replay here, they'll bring up a 4th down now for the Presidents.
He had a good throwing lane, and it was a good route. And the kid just made a good play. Fourth down coming up. What do you think we're going to get? Sweep to the right, wide side.
All right, Westwood fans making some noise here at the stadium. Low snap, Novak has it, and he goes nowhere. He gets hit in the backfield and is brought down there. Thomas Teixeira makes the tackle on 4th down.
They chose the short side of the field and not the wide side of the field. The snap kind of threw the timing of everything off. And Westwood comes up with the hold, the stand.
So 1:50 left to go here. Quincy with 2 timeouts remaining. They spot the ball at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Quincy with 2 timeouts. I mean, if you get a couple quick stops, you still got a chance. You still got a chance.
Joseph Toti in the backfield for Westwood. They give it to Toti. Toti goes up the middle of the field, right across the 1st down marker. And that's a big 1st down there for Westwood.
Joe Toti, number 23.
And he gets up to the 42-yard line.
Result of that game. Result of that run is another Wolverines 1st down. Timeout, Presidents.
And Quincy calls a timeout with 1:39 left to go.
If this stays like this, that's a tough way to lose a game. You had a lot of explosion on offense and on special teams, and you got the stop you needed, and then you just couldn't punch it in.
All right, Quincy, 1 timeout remaining. Again, 1:39 left to go here in the game. 46-41, Westwood on top.
Coach Carey's got to be talking about stripping the ball right now. First guy's got to hold them up, and the next guy's just got to go in there and dig at it and try to punch it out.
And it's going to be a tough task with Toti in the backfield holding on to that ball as well. But we said it a couple times here, we have seen a lot of things happen here tonight. So we'll see if Quincy can make one more big play happen here.
Yeah, why stop now? You can get a fumbled snap. You can get anything here. It's like they're in victory formation. Oh no, they're gonna run a play.
All right, quarterback Brendan Donegan hands it off to Toti. Toti in the backfield, just like you said, Steve. 2 guys going for the ball, and they cannot get it loose.
No gain.
Timeout Quincy, no gain on the play.
Tackle by 55, Devin Nelany for the Presidents. 2nd and 10 Wolverines.
You know, it's tough to just rip the guy's arm out of there. They got to be punching at it. They got to come from under it and punch at it. They got to come over the top and punch at it. You know, to just grab the kid's arm and think you're going to rip it away is tough. You got to jar it loose. As soon as he feels you ripping at his arm, he's going to put the other arm over it too. So that's it. It's got to be a punch out.
Second down and 10. 1:32 left to go. Tody with the ball. Over to the left side. Big stiff arm there. And it's a loss. Tody gets back at the 40-yard line. But Quincy cannot stop the clock.
28, Alex Rodriguez. That's a loss of 2. 3rd and 12.
The play clock is not running on the field, so I'm not sure when they started winding it. I don't know what Quincy's going to. They stop him here. I don't know what they're going to get the ball back with.
See, it looks like the head coach for Westwood, Brad Pindell, is looking at the back judge, and he's going to call a timeout. Back judge puts his hand up with 10 seconds left to go on the clock and brings it down about halfway with 5 seconds. And Pindell just timed it out. So he calls a timeout with 45 seconds left to go. And depending the length of this next play, they might just be able to let the clock run down.
Yeah, if they were to get 6 or 7 yards on this play by the time they spot it and wind it again, that would likely be the end of it. If Quincy can get some penetration and get them down within the first 3 or 4 seconds, then they might get a punt with 10 seconds left.
So it'll be interesting to see if they just say Donegan to run it to the far side of the field,
Absolutely.
take 5-6 seconds off the clock, and go down.
Turn and run, and when you get to about the 10-yard line, take a knee.
Third down.
Sideline's trying to get this capacity crowd rocking here, but it looks like they're just taking a knee.
All right, Donegan just trying to.
And that he did exactly what he said, but he went out of bounds.
All right, let's see if they spot him out of bounds or
They're
not.
stopping the
And
clock.
they do. He goes out of bounds.
Wow.
Donegan calls his
So
own
that
number, but ran out of
he
bounds.
started off doing what he needed to do. There's 35 seconds left to go. So if he had just gone down and stayed in bounds, the clock would have continued to run, and Westwood wouldn't have needed to run another play. But he goes out of bounds with 35 seconds to go. Now they have to kick.
So the question here becomes, do you go after it and try to block it? Or do you set up a return and maybe JC can break one? Or you got half a field with, 30 seconds left, 27 seconds left? I tell you what you don't do. You don't go off sides. That's what you don't do. That is what you do not do.
So it's 4th and 22, because not only did Donegan go out of bounds, but he lost 10 yards on the play as well.
This is an interesting call.
All right, Quincy has 10 men on the line. High step goes to his hands. See if he can kick it away, and he does, and he goes out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to mark it. Wow.
Didn't you say about 2 minutes ago, we have seen it all? Where is the spot?
Wow.
That's what I want to know.
It
Where's
looks
the
like they
spot?
spotted at, well, let's see, at the 38-yard line. We'll take a look at the replay
I think
here.
they're just talking. I don't know if they know where they're spotted. I think they're just talking. I mean, it can't be any more than the 30, right?
I mean, 'cause
maybe the 25 to 30. I mean, Galan catches it there.
Yeah, he caught it at the 40-yard line.
So he's at the 30.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Where are they going? Everybody's looking. Nobody has spotted the ball yet. Quincy High's out there. The ball has not been spotted. Here it is.
And they spotted at the 37.
Oh,
wow,
that's awful.
That's a pretty friendly spot there for Westwood.
Ball spotted at the 37
That's
yard
terrible.
Line, first and 10
I mean, like you said, Gallant caught it at the 39-yard line, 40-yard line.
You guys should
And-
send that replay to the officials. That's terrible.
And Gallant was 5 yards out of bounds. All right, well, nonetheless, 27 seconds to go. Novak looking.
No timeouts.
Throws it down toward the corner of the field, and it is broken up there. Big play by Jack McDaniels. J.C. Hammer's over there, as we'll see in the replay. Plenty of time there looking for Ham, but McDaniels comes up there and just knocks it away.
Great protection by the line.
19.8 to go now.
No timeouts for Quincy could be the downfall here. I can't believe he snapped it over his head. Oh, man.
Wow. All right, three receivers to the left now for Novak. Ham over to the right. Again, 19.8 to go. Quick pass over to the left. Ruben Charles has it at the 30, and he goes out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Ruben Charles steps out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
You know, if they're going to give you the room, John, I got no problem with that a few more times. You know, get Novak a little closer. You know, Coach Caswell knows that you know, if they're going to give you 6 or 7 yards, just take it. It only takes 2 or 3 seconds off the clock. But a guy like Ruben, you got to catch it, sprint, and get out of bounds. Don't dance around.
So yeah, that's the big thing that has to be relayed. Catch it, get out. Catch it, get out. So we'll see if they do that again. If they can get another 5 yards here.
I mean,
14.
look at that. He's pressed off. Give it to him.
2 on each side of Novak. He's looking, and whistle blows. A late whistle.
Got a flag.
And
Encroachment on the defense?
I believe it's offsides, yeah. Now 3 seconds went off the clock, and Coach Carey is going to be asking for those time to be put back on as well. All right, the official acknowledged Coach Carey. He said, let's mark out the yardage, and then we're going to...
There's 25 coaches out there right now. Everybody's yelling about the time. Oh, man.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, the result of enforcement, first down.
All right, so it's a first down because of that, and now they're going to figure out the clock, I assume. And 14.4 back on the clock already.
Play is a Quincy President's first down.
Coach Carey should ask for more time. It was 17 seconds. Try it.
Yeah.
Why not?
38 seconds left to go, right?
Give it to Ruben Charles again.
All right, first and 10. Novak looking again over to the left, and it is incomplete. Was looking for Stephen Gallant, but pass was broken away by Andrew Weeman.
Pass intended for number 2, Gallant.
9 seconds is still plenty of time as long as you get out of bounds.
Number 10, Andrew Weeman.
Take a look at the replay real quick here. As you can see, Gallant had a little bit of space, but Weeman was able to close quickly and knock it away. Just did get his hand in there. All right, as you said, 9 seconds to go now.
What a game. What a game. We have seen it all.
And there's still 9 seconds
That's
to go,
right.
so we'll see what happens here. We'll see if Quincy can get one more quick play over to the sideline. They press up now on Ruben Charles over to the left side on the near sideline. Novak rolling out to his right, rolling, throws it into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Quincy President's got the score! Unbelievable!
Oh my God, it's not over though, he's got to play.
Wow!
You got to keep your helmet on, you got to play.
Take a look at the replay. His hand break free.
J.C. Ham.
Novak waited to the last second, and look at him, gets behind the defenders.
Wow.
And goes in for the touchdown.
Was he over the line of scrimmage when Novak threw it?
No, I think he was still behind it.
Yeah, that's right. Bring it back, baby. Bring it back.
So,
so
he was at the 30 when he threw it. All right. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Presidents come back.
Bring me that replay again.
And they take a 2-point lead, 48-46.
Wow.
The teams hit upfield. The Quincy Presidents, 48.
Here it is.
All right, so they were at the 24.
Wow.
And
72 is in our way. Looks like he's right behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think he was.
Great job by the replay booth, by the way. I don't know who's doing that. I don't know if it's Pete Doherty, but who's ever in there doing that, great job.
It was Peter Doherty. I give him credit. But Steve is 2 Quincy High alums. He was behind the line of scrimmage there.
Yes, he was. Of course he was. And we were talking about Roll Hat Weekend, right? Look at the student body here, ready to run onto the field.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is unbelievable. They are ready to storm this field.
Wow, unbelievable. Quincy comes back, takes the lead with 2.5 seconds left.
Man.
All right, here we go. McDonough will kick it away. Field it, and they go
went
down right
down.
away. And
Okay.
1.8 seconds to go. 31-yard line is where they'll have a chance for one play here.
No way we can get one here, right? There's no way we can get one here with 1.8.
Quincy's going to have 8 center fielders back, I assume.
Coach Carey's screaming prevent, so they got the right idea. Oh man!
All right, J.C. Ham is all the way back at the 30-yard line.
More, Coach Carey's pushing him back. Get back.
Brendan O'Connor's back there with him. As you said, he's pushing him back there. O'Connor's back now at the 25. Ham's at the 30. Ruben Charles is at the 30.
So you can't think that this kid's going to throw the ball 70 yards, right? So you got to look hook and ladder, some kind of lateral. And, I mean, unless this kid can really air it out, and maybe I'm not giving him the credit he deserves. But I don't think he can launch it that far. So it's got to be some kind of something.
The other thing that's tough, too, is he's a right-handed quarterback. So if he wants to get some extra time and roll to his left, he's going to have to roll and turn his body as well.
He is going to launch it.
All right, so he's waiting.
Daddy.
Pressure's coming in. Throws it all the way downfield.
Knock it down.
And he's caught at the 22-yard line. He laterals it back to 25.
What did I tell you? Here we go.
McDaniel's with it. He laterals it back down. And he's down there. And that's the end of the game.
Oh, I told you.
Unbelievable. Possibly one of the most exciting games we have seen here in a long, long time. The Presidents with a 48-46 victory over Westwood on Roll Hats Weekend.
It's so fitting that it happened on this weekend. A great weekend for Quincy High athletics, Quincy High, the school, academics, athletics, everything. A game like that. I mean, the students are ready to go crazy over here.
Unbelievable. He's all the credit. Launches it downfield. And 2 laterals, ends up all the way down to about the 30-yard line, and we saw it all today and more.
We talked about it. You said it all the whole time.
Wow.
We have seen everything. So we had kick returns for touchdowns. We had 70-yard bombs. We had him hit the goal post, right, on an extra point.
Yep.
We had a comeback win. Man, we had a dropped kickoff. We had everything.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get a camera down at the center 50-yard line where the students are getting ready to run onto the field. Security's waiting for the officials to get off the field and for Westwood to move out of the way.
To get over. Yeah. The team is actually calling them out. They want them to come out. And the security is going to open the gate. Oh, maybe he's not. Yeah, he opened the gate.
And
let him go.
And here they come to join their team on the field as they pose for a celebration picture.
That's
Wow.
awesome. That's
And
awesome.
they are right down there on the 20-yard line of the south end zone, where they've celebrated many victories before here. 48-46. I think we're going to see if we can get the replay here of, I'm not sure if it was the last play or of the touchdown. We'll hand it off to Peter Doherty for the replay and see if it's the... All right, so we'll take a look at the replay here. And here's again the last touchdown there by J.C. Ham. Novak rolling out. And we talked about the speed of the Quincy receivers and the skill players, and Ham showed it right there. Got behind the defenders and goes in for the 6 points and the victory. Wow.
Man, this is what it's all about. You know, I get it. We're looking at the replay, but look at that, man. That's what it's all about right there. The students, the players, the coaches. There's teachers down there. I see the principal down there. This is great, man. Hats off to Coach Noble and Scotty Campbell for Roll Hats weekend, and hats off to the Quincy High football team and Coach Carey for a great game to set up this atmosphere.
All right, real quick, we'll run down some of the stats here. Andrew Novak, 6 of 11 passing for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Novak also had 12 rushes for 99 yards on the field as well to help lead the Presidents. Gabe Rodriguez, 28 rushes, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns for the Presidents. Stephen Gallant, 2 rushes for 29 yards as well. Through the air, J.C. Ham, 3 receptions, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns, including the last game-winning touchdown there as well. Gabe Rodriguez, Brian Johnson, Ruben Charles all had 1 catch for the Presidents. For the Wolverines, Brendan Donegan, 18 of 23 passing, 346 yards, 5 touchdowns to lead the way for the Wolverines. Joseph Todi, 19 rushes for 76 yards and a touchdown as well. Dante Martucci had 10 rushing yards too. Thomas Kane leads the way through the air, 3 catches for 131 yards and 3 touchdowns for Westwood. Charles Jessup had 2 catches for 7 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Marone had that 1 big, huge touchdown run, 1 catch, 70 yards for the touchdown. Jack McDaniels had 5 catches for 72 yards. Martucci and Todi both had 10 yards receiving for the Wolverines. So, again, final score here, 48-46. Quincy comes out with a big, huge victory. And we talked about how great of a weekend it was for the Roll Hats weekend. And you could not have asked for a more exciting, thrilling game here. And, of course, with the President's victory, it just put the cherry on top there for the Presidents. And I know this one's going to be talked about on Monday morning in the school, Steve, as you can see Coach Kevin Carey there leading the way, talking to his team. And, again, the student body will be talking about this one not only on Monday, but for a long, long time here.
You know, and they break it down with a Roll Hats right there. The whole team yells Roll Hats, and that's a great job. And it's a morale builder, right? So, you know, if you lose a game like that, it's like, oh, we gave up all those points and da-da-da. Nobody cares about the points now. Everybody cares about the Novak throw to JC in the end zone for the win. The place goes nuts, and that's what everybody remembers come Monday and moving forward. Now, obviously, Coach Carey will get to the drawing board and correct some mistakes that were made today, but you're right. These people will be buzzing on Monday, and it gets people out to the next game. I know they have a bye next week, but that's going to bring people out to the next game, and the more alumni and the more students and the more faculty that you can get involved in any sport, whether it's lacrosse or soccer or volleyball or swimming, no matter what it is, the more people that you can get involved, the better the sport's going to be at both schools. We went to Quincy, but I'm talking about North Quincy as well.
Right.
The more people you can get involved, that's what it's all about. Give these kids an opportunity to have an amazing, amazing weekend.
We saw that excitement with North Quincy last year when the basketball teams made their runs in the finals, going towards the finals, both the boys and girls. Exciting teams, exciting players for both teams, and you can see out here for the football team on both teams as well. North Quincy has an outstanding team, outstanding players, and I think that's just what the city needs, Steve. They need some, get some good teams out there that builds the morale for the student body, and then they say, hey, they're winning, we can win too. The other teams can win, we can all win, and then that just builds it back back up where Quincy's winning, so North wants to win. North's winning, so Quincy wants to win. And then also keep some talent here in the city as well, because
Exactly.
when we do have a lot of competition with a lot of the private schools in the area, and when they see those winning teams and they can stay in the city, that just makes it great for the players as well.
Yeah, I mean, the stars would have to align for both teams to be 9-0 going into Thanksgiving, and I don't think that's a possibility with the new playoff system and everything like that. But man, if you had a 7-2 Quincy High team playing a 7-2 North Quincy team on Thanksgiving, this place would be jam-packed. I don't care if it's freezing cold, snow, and rain.
Most definitely.
This place would be jam-packed, and that's how it used to be, and that's where it needs to go again. There's a healthy rivalry there. Coach Carey knows all those coaches, and all those coaches know Coach Carey and his whole staff, and everybody's friendly. But that healthy rivalry is there for a reason, and with the success, we'll keep the kids here in the city going to these two schools, like you said, and it'll bring back that atmosphere on Thanksgiving morning.
You mentioned that Quincy has a bye next week. Even more important that they were able to win this game and not have this hanging over their heads for the next 2 weeks. So they have a bye next week on the week of the 30th, and they are back here at home on October 7th against Hanover at 7 p.m. So stay tuned for that game. QATV will have a game next week, though, as North Quincy is back here at the stadium on Thursday, September 29th. They'll be hosting the Green Wave of Abington High School. And again, we'll have coverage of that game at 7 p.m. on the 29th. Real quick one.
On Thursday.
Thursday game, yep. Want to thank all the crew again who's been out here today. Scott Daniels, Ryan McWade, and Don Nair on camera today doing a great job. I mentioned earlier Ryan and Don have been here all day for the soccer games and football as well, so thank you to them. Anna El Tori was on graphics. Peter Doherty, who was our who's our director and engineering the replay all day as well. Want to thank him. And Chris Potter, who was our engineer and helping on audio, I believe, as well. He's been here all day as well for all 3 games that took place here. So I want to thank Chris for roughing it out for the 8 hours plus that he's been here at the stadium. Steve, I want to thank you for joining me here in the booth. I know you were looking forward to this game, again, not only for the football, but for the Roll Hats and taking part in the excitement. And you picked the right game to be up here as well. So,
yeah, it's my pleasure. I love coming back, and anytime I'm in town or I'm around and you ask me to do it, I'm here. There's no question about it. So, We both went to Quincy High, and we both love the school. So anything I can do for Coach Carey and the football team and the baseball team and anybody else in QATV, I'm happy to do it.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, and we want to thank all of you for watching at home as well. As again, final score here on Roll Hats Weekend: Quincy 48, Westwood 46. For all the staff and crew of Quincy Access TV, my name is Jonathan Calleri. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of QATV Sports. We'll see you next time.